Well, the 33rd week of Ordinary Time, Sunday's readings, are going to be pretty strong and would be rather difficult to use with children, I think, who are very young. They deal with the end times, and it's a different experience for children if they are attending Mass and those readings occur and they're in amongst hundreds of other people, and what they don't grasp goes over their head. But and they need to know these wonderful truths, but hearing them within the context of being within the church and hearing the readings of the Old and New Testament that refer to the end times in amongst adults, surrounded by many people, they will grasp what they can with the maturity age that they have. But when you do children's liturgy, it's something to think about, unless you really know your children very well. So I have chosen here to focus on the Psalms in this case, and Psalm 15, that is a part of the readings of the Mass. And it's an opportunity to introduce the Bible to children. So we have here a wooden cabinet of the Bible, and we have the book of Psalms here. And it's quite a large book in terms of how many words are in that book compared to other books of wisdom. But in actual fact, in the Bible itself, it's not that much really. So this is Old Testament and New Testament over here. This part here is the Psalms. So these number of pages. And you will have access, I'm sure, to different types of Bibles. This is a Catholic youth Bible that I happen to have, and it has lots of did you knows and unpacking of things, how to pray with the Psalms, lots of lovely things that you can turn to. So these are the kinds of things that you can present. In this particular case, you're focusing on introducing Psalms to children and drawing attention to the particular Psalm which is used in the Mass on this particular week. Core concepts to bear in mind. The wisdom books contain the reflections of the sages or the wise ones who meditated on the mystery of life. And Psalms are part of these wisdom books. And you might want to explain Psalms a little bit more to the children. And this is what is suggested in the booklet. One of the parts of the Old Testament is called, this part is called the wisdom books. The wisdom books contain the reflections of the wise ones who meditated on life and its mysteries. And these reflections were handed down to generations of Jews. They speak of things, these books of wisdom, speak of things that are true today just as they were then. And the Psalms, here we go, these are the Psalms, a representation of the book of the Psalms, are part of those wisdom books. And they are actually a collection of inspired prayers. The Psalms are recognized as prayers of the Holy Spirit. It is as though God Himself teaches us to pray through the Psalms. That's something to reflect on. And the Psalms, you can read them in their entirety for yourself in the Bible, but also there are children's versions of the Psalms that are quite accurate too, and you might enjoy reading some of those, and we will read one today. So many people, both Jews and Christians from all ages, long ago right up to today, have prayed using the Psalms. They provide words for all kinds of prayers. There are prayers of praise and worship and joy. There are prayers that are asking things, petitions. There are prayers that are about sorrow for sins committed. There are prayers of joy and celebration, and there are prayers of prophecy, foretelling the future. So There is a psalm that's used today in today's Mass, and parts of it, and it is Psalm 15. And this is what is presented in the Mass today. So when we read the Psalms, it's called the responsorial psalm, and usually the people repeat one little kind of stanza of the psalm that is like an important phrase to remember. And while the cantor or the person reading reads the main verse, then there is one line or two that the people say together. And in this case, it's, "Keep me safe, O God, you are my hope." Ask the children to repeat after you. "Keep me safe, O God, you are my hope." So I'm going to read the psalm to you today, and you're going to answer with the response after each verse. So you will repeat, "Keep me safe, O God, you are my hope." And I'm going to light the candle because it's the Holy Spirit working, listening, sharing. We're doing the listening. The Holy Spirit is guiding our prayer. And we're reading from the Psalms, prayers inspired by the Holy Spirit and included in the Bible. O Lord, it is you who are my portion and cup. It is you yourself who are my prize. I keep the Lord ever in my sight. Since he is at my right hand, I shall stand firm. Keep me safe, O God, you are my hope. And so my heart rejoices, my soul is glad, even my body shall rest in safety. For you will not leave my soul among the dead, nor let your beloved know decay. Keep me safe, O God, you are my hope. You will show me the path of life, the fullness of joy in your presence. At your right hand, happiness forever. Keep me safe, O God, you are my hope. Well, then you can move on to some I wonder questions, and you would call the children's attention to certain phrases. There won't be time for the whole lot. But I wonder what the first phrase means in the first verse. O Lord, it is you who are my portion and my cup. It is you yourself who are my prize. Let's think about what that might mean. I wonder how we can keep the Lord ever in our sight. The children will have things to say about that. I wonder how God shows us the path of life towards him. And you can just finish up with this. The saints, they show us that it is so important to speak often to God in simple ways. For example, when we're troubled, we can repeat these very same words. Keep me safe, O God. You are my hope. Can you think of some times when it would be good to pray with these words? And then you can perhaps give children something to take home with them, just with those words that can be mindfully coloured in, perhaps surrounded by beautiful flowers or whatever you can find. There's lots out there on the internet. Keep me safe, O God, you are my hope. Or even the whole of the psalm written down and decorated in some way.